Welcome everybody to the Golden Run Buzz podcast with Chris, MON, and Sal, live from Westminster, California. What's up, Sal? How you doing today, brother? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Feel great getting that win.
Yeah, the Rams are now 1-1.
Yeah.
The first victory at home. After that, humiliating loss to the Buffalo Bills. Now, before we get into that, Sal, let's talk about leading up to the game, the tailgate. For those who don't understand, besides being my co-host, Sal is also what we call my tailgate twin. Why are we tailgate twins, Sal?
Because we we do everything alike, and also we're dedicated.
Yes.
We're in that tailgate line at 6 in the a little after 6 in the morning.
So listen to this. Open up the gates at 8 a.m. We get there at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, 6 in the morning.
But crack it down. We're the first people in line. And then what happens?
It's always nice because we get there early, but it's so cool because we can, we're the first ones there. But also as people come in, we get to talk a little Ram football. We get to talk about the past, game, and then talk about the game coming up, and also develop a lot of good friendships and stuff. So it's worth it, and never disappoints. It's nice to, to be able to just meet new Ram fans. And they laugh at us because we're always there,
We're there early. So now during the tailgate, how's the food? Like, some people have links, carne asada tacos, a DJ. Yeah. What do you think about all that, Sal?
Oh, they like it all. In fact, they were talking about those burgers too where I was sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they said it was great. And I said, yeah, that was nice to add something different. And you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Being able to be around good people, especially good Ram fans, and then also good food. So yeah, it prepares you for the game, most definitely.
Speaking of the game, as we mentioned, the Rams won. Now, the first half of the game, what did you see?
Well, I always thought it was going to be a close game. So when the Rams came out and they were playing well, and I was excited that they were able to, run the ball a little bit, and I liked the fact that they were involving more players, and so that was nice. I liked Ben Skoranek in the backfield.
Yeah.
That formation was beautiful. I could imagine Coach McVay being able to run a lot of plays from that.
The I formation?
Oh, yeah, the I formation. Yeah. Well, and it's been years since we've seen that.
Yeah, because he always goes 11 personnel, and then Ben Skoranek in the backfield playing a fullback.
Yeah, and he's not afraid. He's a physical receiver.
Yeah.
All the Ram receivers are able to block and, get in people's faces. But it's nice to see them be creative and be able to add different wrinkles to the Rams offense. So I was excited about that. They were playing well, but, like anything in life, when things go, wow, you kind of get a little bit comfortable. And I was thinking, there's probably going to be another run from the Falcons. And that happened in the second half with the Rams kind of created some opportunities for the Falcons to get back in the game. But I knew I had faith that we were still going to win the game. And when Jalen Ramsey made that big play, he snatched their
the goal line. But you know what's crazy? The Rams were up 28-3.
Yes.
Now, people out there know the score 28-3, and that what that indicates for the Falcons. Because as you recall, the Falcons were in the Super Bowl leading the New England Patriots 28-3.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. During my stance, I'm like, man, they're not going to come back from 28-3. The Rams are going to win this 52-7 or nothing like that. I think the Rams got complacent, if you ask me.
Well, they did, but also it was crazy because during the game, I get a text from my friend Greg, and he sent me a picture of a screenshot of the 28-3.
Yeah.
And I told him, don't send this stuff. I said, you're going to jinx it.
Do you believe in that stuff? You believe in
Well,
jinxing?
I don't believe in, I'm not superstitious, but I just don't like to really talk during the games.
Yeah.
But I've never been, I respect the Falcons or any of the Rams opponents. I know that, they get paid to play also. And I knew that Mariota was a decent quarterback and he was going to show up. And, they came back and made some plays, but I don't think the game was ever in doubt, although it felt like it. But I think the Rams showed a lot of, I love the young players. I like their attitudes. And I think the Rams, they're starting to create their own identity for this season. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be really, really cool.
And what people also don't understand, the Super Bowl is not determined after 2 games.
No.
It's a 17-game schedule. Mm-hmm. So people after the Rams lost the first game, this and that. They always have something negative to say. Mm-hmm. There's adjustments being made. There's this being made. There's always going to be more games to be played. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah. 17-game schedule. You know what I'm saying?
That's
there's injuries. As a matter of fact, a couple of Rams players got hurt. Yeah. So what do you think about, we lost offensive tackle, didn't we? He broke his ankle on the first play of the game and still played 2 plays.
He played like that, yeah. But it's interesting. I knew that going into the season, you lose someone like, Andrew Whitworth. I mean, losing a guy like that, I mean, you're losing a veteran, you're losing a highly skilled left tackle. So I knew there would be some adjustments. And I think even now, the Rams have drafted well. They've, coached well too. And so as you watch their, the different players come in, they're all physical players. And so I think that eventually in a couple of weeks, they'll start developing that cohesiveness, stay healthy. And that'll be a strength of the Rams.
And also, Troy Hill got hurt, starting quarterback. He's out, he broke his ankle, he's out 46 weeks.
Yeah, he was playing well.
Yeah. So who took his place? Kobe Durant or?
Yeah, in that game, Kobe, but he got hurt also.
Kobe Durant got hurt? Didn't he get an interception?
Yeah, he got hurt. I think it's a hamstring injury.
Okay.
So I think he's going to be, depending on the extent of it, but he did get injured, yeah.
So now the Rams are 1-1. Hey, that's good. Now, the other football games we saw the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the GOAT, Tom Brady. Yeah. Now, those teams always go at each other, especially Mike Evans and Lattimore. What did you think about that fight of Mike Evans getting suspended one game? Do you think it's justified?
Yeah, I do. It's funny because that division, those teams literally hate each other.
Them two.
Well, even the Falcons. I mean, that whole division, they strongly dislike each other. And they're always like trolling each other on social media and stuff. So, and I think the players get caught up in that. But I mean, when a player defends his quarterback, I don't like, I like that he was making a point.
But it was a cheap shot in my opinion.
Well, it was a cheap shot, definitely. But, some players react that way. I thought it was a bad play too.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think it was a cheap shot by Mike Evans pushing Lattimore like that? That's the second time he's done that. Yeah. Second time he's been suspended, Sal. And then you see him talking to the ref. He said, they're messing with Tom Brady. They're messing with the GOAT. But as you saw the video, Tom Brady was just arguing with him. He didn't even touch him.
He didn't touch him.
Yeah, but it's like Tom Brady can't be touched. So what? We can't sack Tom Brady.
But so far though, we still got the last word when Eric Weddle hit him in the NFC Championship. in the NFC. Yeah, in that divisional game. That hit was critical.
Yeah, but they always go.
I mean, he was a second off, but that was awesome. So we actually still got the last laugh on that.
Yeah. And then the other games I was surprised about, like you saw Miami Dolphins were down 35-14 to the Baltimore Ravens. 35-14. And you think people are talking about Tua's no arm, no this and that. He threw 6 touchdowns, a career high 6 touchdowns. He also threw 2 interceptions. But to come back from 35-14 and win the game, I didn't see that coming. I saw a couple of my friends texting me, oh, Lamar. I was like, it's not over yet. You got to wait till there's zeros at the end of the clock. And he threw... What do you think about? Because Tua gets a bad rap. No arm.
Yeah, I think altogether, there was like 4 come from behind, victories. Yeah. But the Rams, I mean, we weren't in that category. So some Raider fans said, oh, you guys almost lost. I said, yeah, but we didn't. You lost.
You had that too. I had Raider fans tell you almost lost, but I said, we almost lost. You almost won.
You lost.
Because remember, they're up 20-0 on Arizona Cardinals. We need the Raiders to win. Well, I always root for teams that play our division to beat our division. Yeah. And then they're up 20-0. What do you think
when they were popping bottles, you don't.
Yeah. What do you think about Kyler Murray? He looked like a Minnie Mouse running around. What do you think about him carving up the Ravens?
For that one play that where he was running around with 20, left in 20 seconds.
They said he ran 86 yards in 20 seconds.
It was a 20-second play. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But it looks great, but it's hard to block for a guy like that. That's always moving around. It's hard for offensive linemen to get into a rhythm and to be able to keep him in the pocket. You're trying to develop or have an umbrella for him to step up, but he always runs towards the sidelines and creates plays. So it's kind of nice and it's fun for the fans to watch, but I'd rather have a drop back quarterback. I like Matthew Stafford. He's good.
But then also, who's our next opponent?
Oh yeah,
Mighty Mouse, Arizona Cardinals, and I'll be out there live and direct from State Farm, hoping the Rams, because we're the Rams like 7-1. The Cardinals beat us last year at home. But we beat them in their stadium, and then we beat them in the playoffs. So that's all that counts. But I will be out there with Chris, as a matter of fact. Chris, he will be with us watching it.
It'll be nice,
So we're going to be watching it, and hopefully the Rams leave with the victory. I want to get a blowout. I'm not there to be like, I know some people like close games. I don't want to be sitting there 34-30 out of the Rams. Okay, at the fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go, Rams 34-13. Because when you beat somebody up, that says like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sends a message.
Yeah, it sends a message.
Plus the Rams, and that's what the Rams have said, all off season. They wanted to be, develop that running game where they could be physical. And so you start seeing that the Rams are able to do that. So I like when they run the football and, kind of keep the ball away from Kyle Murray. He can't hurt you from the sideline, so.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it.
I don't care if it's a low-scoring game. Just get a win.
Yeah.
I mean, 2-1, it would be
We
pretty
won that division
impressive.
because after that game, we play after the Cardinals. We
For
play
the Niners,
on
yeah.
Monday night, October 3rd. So
Niners.
I want to start getting their wins up in the division.
Yeah, those divisional games
are
are
the toughest,
you know,
man, because
and
we
you
know
want
each
to
other
get
so
those out of
well.
the way.
Sometimes
right.
you play each other 3 times. Like we played the Niners 3 times last year. We played the Cardinals 3 times last year. Only team we didn't play 3 times was Seattle.
Yeah.
Just imagine we played
Yeah.
the Cardinals 3 times. We had to play the Niners 3 times. There's nothing you can hide from the division opponent. They know us so well. We know them so well.
Yeah, I mean, every team has tendencies, and when you play within your own division, they kind of, you know. But I think the Rams, that I think is the exciting part because Coach McVay is so creative. You know, like scrawning in the backfield. That, you know.
I never seen that
It's
before.
hard to
I haven't
defend
seen
that,
McVay
right.
do that in a while.
No, that's what I'm saying. He, even as far
It's
as.
always
running
11
the ball.
personnel. It's always, yeah.
I mean, you would see, you know, 3 receiver sets, but the Rams also change it up also. But I'm a big fan of the running game, and I like when you can, you know, you get up on a team and you're able to run the football and just dominate them physically like that.
Speaking of running game, we have 58 yards.
Yeah,
Sal,
it's still
it's a work in progress, Sal. That's what I'm saying. Remember the earlier podcast, you said Cam Akers would get 1,000 yards.
I still think he will. He's going to go off, though.
I like Henderson as a running back kind of better because he just has.
Well, I like Henderson too. I'm a big fan of Darrell Henderson, but I also like, you know, I like the combination.
Yeah.
I like, I mean, Henderson is a great, you know, he hits the hole quickly, which I like. But Cam Akers is a great receiver coming out of the backfield. We, as Ram fans, we haven't got to see that skill. But, you know, he's a great receiver coming out of the backfield. So once the Rams get established and start, you know, open up the offense a little bit, you'll see towards the end of the season the Rams will all be in sync.
Now, everybody in our division is 1-1. So there's contenders and pretenders. Let's talk about the contenders first. The teams that are 2-0 are the Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay? Now, out of those teams, these are the contenders that are 2-0.
Yeah.
Out of those teams I named, which one do you think is a contender or pretenders?
Pretender, I would say the pretender would probably be, I would say New York.
New York Giants.
Yes.
Giants fans, don't attack me, but I think they're pretender too. I don't believe in them at all, man. They're 2-0. They still got to play the Eagles, Dallas. Monday night they play Dallas, and I just don't. You know, there's no to them. Like, don't get me wrong. You are what your schedule says.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
But I would say that, I mean, percentage-wise or just history-wise, I would say that their New York Giants are probably in this group here, I'd say, are probably the pretender.
And then Buffalo and Miami play each other. Kansas City, always a contender, always. They're in the tough
Anytime
division,
you have Mahomes,
but they're going to win the division. I say it right now, they're going to win I said it at the beginning, they're going to win the AFC West, in my opinion, because they got the best coaches, they got the best quarterback in the division. In my opinion, I think they're going to win the division. So I think they're a contender. I think KC's a contender, Buffalo's a contender, Tampa Bay's a contender, because Tampa Bay, come on, you got Carolina in the division, Atlanta, you already beat the Saints, so you got to go to the division.
Yeah.
But Philly, I still don't know about. I mean, Jalen Hurts had a great game on Monday night, but you still got to play Dallas. You still got to play within your division. All these teams have to still play within their division. But I don't think Miami's going to beat Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to win.
I think Miami is much improved.
Yeah.
But Miami's such a hard team to predict.
Gauge,
they do that every year. They start off really hot, and then mid-season they kind of start injuries or for whatever reason they just can't sustain that winning, culture. It's always something with the Miami Dolphins.
Now, these teams are the 0-2 teams. Which team do you think will turn it around? There's Cincinnati 0-2, Tennessee 0-2, Las Vegas Raiders 0-2, Carolina, Atlanta. Out of these teams that are 0-2, do you think any of them will turn it around to make the playoffs?
I think because they've done it before, I would probably say Tennessee.
Okay.
I mean, I still like Tannehill. And then, Bengals are a good team, but
Joe Burrow's getting stacked. You see what Lionel Collins? They got a new offensive tackle. He's getting bullied. He's getting treated bad out there. I know who they need to hire me.
If you can't protect your quarterback, you're not going anywhere.
They need to, he's getting sacked.
Yeah.
I thought they tried to do that. I mean, I thought they should replace that. They said, we got new offensive linemen. No, you don't. Something's going on.
They thought they did.
Because Michael Parsons pushed him and he came in the backfield so quick, like stumbling. Man, Michael Parsons was having a field day.
Well, when you lose a quarterback, from an injury, and then now you bring him back, Burrows, and he's playing well, and then you're going to get him hurt again. Yeah, it's tough when you have a young quarterback. It doesn't matter how talented you are. If you can't protect them, it's not going to last.
Now,
Especially a 17-game season. Not too many guys are going to be, That's why I'm excited now, because I don't even sweat it. If the Rams can stay within the top 7, we're good. I don't want to be ranked number 1 right now.
Also, Joe Burrow started off bad last year at Cincinnati, but then they got hot because you got in the mid-division. Pittsburgh has a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Who else in there? There's Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Come on, the Browns. Like, nobody believes in the Browns.
No,
and then who else in their divisions? Cleveland, Cincinnati,
Bengals,
Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and there's another team. Who's the last team in their division? I'm stuck right now for the last team in their division.
Oh, for Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore. There you go, Baltimore Ravens. I couldn't think. Baltimore Ravens, and it's like one of those. They beat each other up. I think Baltimore and Cincinnati are going to come out. See Pittsburgh, but Tomlin never has a losing record, so it's just hard because Cincinnati beat the Bengals, but then lose to New England 17-14. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but you know what's interesting? I think now that the NFL has 17 games, that one game is going to make a big difference in a lot of these divisions.
Yeah.
So you get one more chance to try and get back into it, but it comes down to whoever stays the healthiest.
Now we're gonna get. What do you think about the Raiders? What you say about their quarterback?
I always tell Raider fans that they got car problems. Yeah.
Raider fans, do you guys have car problems? You guys are 0-2 right now, Raider fans.
Yeah.
So they're 0-2, and Casey's 2-0, and they lost a big lead to 20. They're up 20-0. People are popping champagne bottles.
Yeah.
Vegas, everybody's getting ready to party at them clubs. So,
it's hard when you have like Josh McDaniels. He's a good head coach, but I don't see, I don't see that Carr as his guy. He just, to me, I just see a disconnect.
You think
but
so?
in preseason they look great, but it's preseason.
Preseason.
Yeah.
The Raiders won the Super Bowl in the preseason, huh?
Yeah.
Just win, man. You ain't won since 1984.
Yeah. You never set yourself up for a fall like that.
Never, man.
That's why a lot of these fans, after a couple of wins, they get super excited.
I think
I've been there many times.
Man,
It doesn't matter how you start. It matters how you finish.
Yep.
And also, it's like when you run a marathon, you're not sprinting from the start. You got to pace yourself. And just keep, all you got to do is keep improving week in, week out. Stay healthy, and everything will fall into place.
Now, we got week 3 coming up. Here's the previews of games. Buffalo at Miami, Green Bay at Tampa Bay, San Francisco versus Denver, Dallas at New York Giants on Monday night. So, Buffalo, Miami. We know I think it's in Miami, I believe.
It is.
It's going to be hot, muggy. If Miami wins that game,
then
I'll think something. But Buffalo,
you got to have that signature victory. That would kind of, put them in a category that they haven't been in a long time.
They haven't been 3-0 forever since the Dan Marino days, I believe. I don't know.
But
maybe
if you can beat Buffalo, Buffalo's on fire. If you can beat Buffalo now,
Buffalo's blown out the Rams, and they blew out the team. I hate to say they blew out the Rams. Yeah. And then you got Green Bay and Tampa Bay, 2 of the best quarterbacks in NFL history.
I'll go on Tampa Bay.
You got Tampa Bay winning that. Who are you going for between Buffalo and Miami?
Buffalo and Miami. I'm going to go for Miami.
Okay.
Those Buffalo fans, they hurt my feelings.
Miami. I want Green Bay to. I'll go for Green Bay as well.
I'll go for Green Bay.
Now, San Francisco versus Denver. Now, San Francisco, Russell Wilson used to play for Seattle. Yeah. Seattle gave San Francisco problems throughout the years. That's Russell Wilson's quarterback. Now, of course, we're both going to go for Denver. How do you feel about that game? You think it's going to be close? Now, as a matter of fact, Trey Lance is injured for the year.
Yeah, he's gone.
Hey, Trey Lance, nothing but a healthy recovery. Jimmy G takes over. And I feel with Jimmy G, he's been in the Super Bowl, he's been in the NFC Championship game, the Niners have a lot more confidence in Jimmy G than Trey Lance. The players do. The coaches may like Trey Lance, but as the players on the field, Jimmy G scares me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was hoping that the 49ers would have traded him away because Garoppolo's a good quarterback. He's not the problem that the Niners aren't winning.
Yes,
they blame it on him, but he's a good quarterback.
Oh, man.
So for me, I was hoping that they would have let him go because, Trey Lance, I was telling Niner fans that before the 6 games were up, that Garoppolo would be their starting quarterback. And now that you have him, now that you have him back, the team believes in him. But I think the 49ers get another chance. I remember the way the 49ers treated Alex Smith. Alex Smith was a good quarterback too. And so that situation kind of reminds me of the same thing with Garoppolo. Both guys were good guys, and they weren't really the reason that they weren't winning. But, you know, the quarterback always gets too much credit when you win and too much blame when
That's
you
going to
lose.
be a good game. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game because I don't think Russell Wilson's comfortable in Denver yet because it's a new system, new coach, and the coach is lost. The rookie coach is lost for Denver right now.
Right.
Time management and all this stuff.
But I don't think Denver is that good. They're improving.
Yeah.
But I think everybody thought it was kind of like when Peyton Manning went to Denver. Everybody is kind of viewing this the same way. But the Denver Broncos have a lot of holes. They're not ready to compete yet. They're improving. But Russell Wilson, I mean, he doesn't look the same either.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at him and it's, you know, I think he's going to struggle. So the 49ers, I think, are just going to improve and get better.
I can never root for the 49ers, so we both agree Denver hopefully wins that game.
Yes.
And then going to Monday night, Rams October 3rd versus the Niners.
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Well, that's the best part about it is because in our division, I mean, although we're competitive, I mean, you know, we don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Never injuries.
No,
I don't care. I don't like injuries.
I love the
to
competition.
I want everybody healthy, compete healthy. Because then somebody says, "Oh, you guys beat us because someone."
Yeah.
It leaves room for excuses. I want everybody healthy. Jimmy G, great competitor, great quarterback. He's what, 6-1, 6-2, or something.
Yeah.
He has a winning record against the Rams. So I wanted Trey Lance because I felt Trey Lance would be.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Trey Lance, to me, isn't quite ready, and so it would have given us like 2 more seasons.
Yeah.
We could have, you know, won another. I always said it was going to be the Niners and the Rams in our division, and I think it's going to, you know, the battle will be towards the end, depending on, you know, how healthy they stay. Same thing with the Rams, but that Rams 49er rivalry is always going to be exciting.
And the last game, closing out the week 3 schedule, Dallas, New York Giants Monday night. How about them Cowboys? Don't rush to judgment. No.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the quarterback, Cooper Wright? He came in, he won, so you know.
Yeah, you never know, but I don't know. That game is going to be a toss-up to me. I would probably cheer for the Giants, but I think Dallas will probably win.
You got to remember, they say Dak Prescott is out 6 to 8 weeks maybe. So I think he's going to make his return October 9th versus the Rams. For some reason, something's telling me Dak Prescott's going to be fully recovered come October 9th versus the Rams at SoFi. You know?
I think,
but don't rush to judgment.
Well, I kind of think that's going to be the case, but I wouldn't start him against the Rams defense. By then, the Rams, you know, I wouldn't want him, you know, running from Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
I think when you bring them back after an injury, you bring them back slowly. You don't put them against a team that has a good defensive line, you know.
Yeah.
But the Rams, and you can kind of feel they're starting to, you know, by then they'll be in their groove, and you know you have players stepping up.
Yeah. So hey, that's it for another episode of Go Ram Buzz Podcast with Chris, Damon, and Sal. I'm Damon with my co-host Sal Martinez. Whose house?
Rams
house.